In a small village, surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there was a shopkeeper named Ramesh. He owned the only grocery store in the village, so people had no choice but to buy from him. However, Ramesh was known for being greedy and dishonest. He often mixed stones with rice, added water to milk, and charged more than the actual price. When customers complained, he would laugh and say, "If you don't like it, go buy from another shop." But there was no other shop. The villagers were helpless. They had to buy from Ramesh, even though they knew he was cheating them. Some prayed that one day he would realize his mistake, but Ramesh never changed. One evening, an old man with a long white beard came to Ramesh's shop. He wore simple clothes, and his eyes were kind but sharp. He bought some rice and a bottle of milk. As he handed the money, he looked at Ramesh and said, "Honesty is the best wealth, my son." Ramesh smirked. "Wealth comes from smartness, not honesty," he replied, counting the old man's money twice to make sure he got extra. The old man just smiled, took his things, and walked away. That night, something strange happened. A heavy storm hit the village. The strong winds howled like angry spirits, and lightning flashed across the dark sky. The rain poured heavily, and suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the village. The next morning, Ramesh woke up to a terrible sight. His shop was in ruins. The roof had collapsed, the shelves were broken, and his goods were scattered everywhere. He rushed to check his sacks of rice, but to his shock, they were filled with stones, just like the ones he had sold to others. His milk cans were spoiled and smelled terrible. Panicked, he ran to his money chest, but it was missing. His hands trembled as he searched everywhere, but there was no sign of it. The villagers gathered around and whispered among themselves. "He always cheated us. Now he is suffering," one said. "Karma has returned," another added. Just then, the old man appeared again. He stood in front of Ramesh's ruined shop and smiled gently. "What you give to the world always comes back to you," he said softly. Ramesh felt his heart sink. He fell to his knees, realizing the truth of the old man's words. For years, he had cheated people, thinking he was smart. But now, he had lost everything. Tears rolled down his cheeks. "I was wrong," he whispered. "I will change." From that day, Ramesh became a different man. He worked hard to rebuild his shop, but this time, he was honest. He weighed the rice properly, sold pure milk, and treated customers fairly. At first, people were hesitant, but slowly, they started trusting him again. Years passed, and Ramesh's shop became the most trusted in the village. He was no longer just a shopkeeper, he was a respected man. And somewhere, in the shadows of the village, the old man smiled, knowing that karma had done its work. Moral: what goes around, comes around. Be honest, and life will be kind to you.